Well, I suppose I think the most important thing you can do now is to reduce your greenhouse gas footprint. One of the things that I have been doing for more than 30 years, not primarily because of its environmental impact, but I do, is not to eat meat. And meat production is one of the major causes of greenhouse gas emissions. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the United Nations body that puts out the big reports, its chair has said we have to ask people to eat less meat. Animal livestock produces more greenhouse gases each year than transportation. So this is a big thing. As far as transport is concerned, I try to drive less. I try to use public transport or walk. I think those things are important. Obviously, you recycle when you can. You try to use some renewable energy if you can, if your utility allows you to buy in renewable energy. There's a variety of things, but eating in a way that is not greenhouse gas intensive and consuming less rather than more, I think, are the major things to do. I don't see the amount that I give, which is currently around a third of what I earn. I don't see that as a sort of particular point to stay with. What's happened is that I've been giving money to organisations like Oxfam for the last 35 years, and we started off with 10% with the traditional tithe, and we've gradually worked up from there as our income has grown, and as our needs, if anything, are less now that we don't have children living with us and dependent on them. So it's become easier to give more. But I don't recommend that level to everyone. I think people should start where they're comfortable with, and if things go well, then they can work up to it. But I suggest in my book, The Life You Can Save, I suggest a scale that begins at 1% for and remains at 1% for 90% of American taxpayers until they get into the top 10% of American taxpayers. I think 1% is adequate. You might want to give more, of course, but I think it's enough to say that people shouldn't point the finger at you and blame you for not doing your part.